What happens to WikiLeaks if Julian Assange is arrested? Joining us now is the spokesperson for WikiLeaks, Christiane Refensen, and James Bull, a journalist who's been working with WikiLeaks. Welcome, both of you, to Freedom Watch. First, Christiane, to you.
Judge.
What will happen to WikiLeaks if Julian Assange is arrested and incarcerated and can no longer run the organization?
Well, it's very important to understand that the organization is not a one-man show. We have dozens of people who have committed to full-time on working on projects. We have hundreds of volunteers. They are spread around the world working in an online community. And WikiLeaks will continue no matter what. And it's important to understand as well that WikiLeaks represents an idea that is increasing in its momentum, and it will continue even though WikiLeaks is taken down. There will be 10 more organizations starting up with the same idea.
Understood. James, are you releasing documents even as we speak, in addition to those that you released earlier in the week?
Yes, every night WikiLeaks is putting out new documents, as are all of the media organisations working on here. Despite the cyber attack, a document was released 3 hours ago talking about the Sri Lankan president in being involved in war crimes. There's a whole new drop, I think, happened. Probably even as we speak now, it'll be about that time. This is carrying on. This is huge material. It's really important, and everyone working on it is getting it out there.
Christiane, what is WikiLeaks' goal? What does it want to accomplish with these continued release of documents that governments once claimed and held as secret?
Well, we've seen governments become increasingly secretive in the last decade, for example, and we want to contribute in changing that course, turning the tide. We believe in the principle of democracy, and transparency is an integral part of democracy. Without transparency, documentary democracy is totally meaningless.
James,
so
some people have said that individuals could die as a result of this information becoming public. Are there any documents you wouldn't release? Are there any measures you would take to assure the safety of innocents who have no idea that their names are in these documents?
I think what has to be said is actually all of the media organisations working on this are actually taking care to protect people. If there's someone in China who's giving information about human rights or something, no one wants anything to happen to them. We have correspondents from all over, you know, the New York Times China correspondent, the Guardian China correspondent, checking those cables that are published to see what they're like. Of course WikiLeaks takes redaction seriously. It was said on the Iraq war logs that there were 300 names going to be in them by the Department of Defense. When they were actually published, of course, the whole things were published redacted and safe.
Got it.
And, you know, if you don't believe me that there's no evidence of harm, the Department of Defense have said the same.
Understood. Understood. Christiane, before we go, we understand here in America that you are about to release documents exposing the misdeeds of a large American bank. Is this true? And what bank is it?
I can't tell you now what bank it is, but I can confirm it is an American corporate bank institution. We will release this material in the new year.
Would the bank collapse? Would you bring the bank down, as Julian Assange once suggested, as a result of the release of these documents, James?
Who knows? I haven't seen it. I look forward to seeing it.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Anytime Julian wants to come on here, he knows how to find us. Coming up.